Okay, I'm going to call this meeting to order, and we're going to add, under our road foreman's report, we're just going to amend the FEMA update to also include FEMA damage and repair. And with that, we have our minutes of April 6th.
I'll make a motion that we approve the meeting minutes of April
I'll
6th.
second that.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We have warrants 22, 22P, and the capital fund number 6.
I'll make a motion to approve bills for payment warrants 22, 22P, and capital fund number 6.
I'll second it.
Okay, any discussion? Let's see, warrant 22 is for $19,105.20. And that went to, among other things, the sheriff's monthly bill, rescue bill, fuel for the highway department, health insurance. Those were some of the bigger items. And under the capital fund, that payment is for $62,000 and some change, and that's the next to last payment, I think, on the fire truck.
5 yeah.
Last fire truck. So, any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, our town treasurer, Charlotte Annis, here is here. And just to give us sort of an update on how we're doing with the budgets and FEMA and ARPA, and do we have money to complete the paving that Lee would like to do, and just, we have some,
We need some
we need some,
Some general numbers.
yeah,
general knowledge.
Well, the budget is a little tighter than I would think it should be at this time, but we do have $170,000 out for the storm damage that we haven't been reimbursed with. The general fund has about $60,000 left. The 100 fund has $60,000 left, 65,000, which should just about cover all the expenses that we anticipate for the end of the year. Lee has a fund balance of $201,000, so that should cover, if he doesn't go crazy buying things, that should cover what he needs. So we're okay. Like I said, if we were to get in trouble, we could use the money that's in our general fund, that's the ARPA money, to carry us over while we're waiting for the FEMA money to come in. We do have the line of credit, but we don't pay any interest for it unless we take it out. That's not due till September, I believe.
okay, we haven't taken anything out.
No, we haven't taken anything out. We haven't needed to.
So that gives you to the June 30th. I guess my question is from July 1st until the tax payments come in. There's that window in there. You're saying we got enough to go to the end of the fiscal year, but what about that 6 weeks?
Well, the balance that from 2021 that we're carrying over into 2023 for the 100 fund, or the office fund, we had $95,000 left over. Lee only had like $12,000 left over that he's carrying in. I mean, money-wise, we have in other funds in our general fund, like the structures fund and the restoration fund and all those cash-wise, if you're talking just about cash, we have, I wrote it down here somewhere. $424,000 or $180,000 that's available cash from other funds, not including ARPA.
Okay, 180?
180,000.
But if they're in specific funds, they can't be touched for general fund or highway fund. In other words, if it's in the structures fund, it's specifically earmarked for future structure projects.
Right,
Right.
I know that.
Yeah.
But we're just,
She's trying to make just what she's got for cash.
if we had a cash flow problem,
Mhm.
would we rather use the money that is in the structures fund than pay interest
Right, on the line of credit.
on a line of credit?
So, the other question I have is, this is on the thing, the sheet you sent us, it's 179,000 that were out on FEMA, but I thought the last number you gave us were out 218.
Well, that includes our in-kind stuff.
Okay, all right, that was the
Yeah.
question I had, that was
Yeah.
including the in-kind, all right.
Yeah. No, what we spent, like, for contractors,
Is 179 something?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, yeah, just double checking on that one.
yeah,
So,
179, 171, 39.
so if we were to do, Lee has 77,000 in his paving budget that
Right,
for this fiscal year that will end at the end of June. And if he wanted to get more mileage done, use his next fiscal year's paving budget of 95,000,
right.
sometime, July or August. Do we have that enough money to cover that and before taxes come?
I would say that we do.
Okay.
We actually start getting tax payments pretty early. We should send the tax bills out July 6th or 7th, as soon as you all set the tax rate, and people start paying immediately.
Mm.
And some people even start paying before we send the bills out. So,
Okay.
So that means I guess the question is, you feel that there's enough money in this to not delve into ARPA money and not go into the other funds, and we have enough in the general fund that we can float the paving and not have to do that,
we have enough in our checking account
to do that.
to float the paving if we want to. Now, I guess it just depends if you're uncomfortable with using money that may technically be in the restoration fund or the structures fund or the blasting fund, because it's in our checking account.
Okay,
And
Does
is
that
that where
make-
the
does that
ARPA
make
money
it
is as
clear?
well? Is that where the ARPA money is as well?
Yes,
that's,
So when you're saying the checking account, you're including multiple funds.
yeah,
exactly.
it's all the funds, which is already,
And I guess my next question would be, if we're talking about paving, is how far, what's the distance of what is actually going to get paved in miles or tenths of miles?
Yes, it'd probably be around 4/10 to a half a mile with the first money, and just, he said over a mile, just over a mile, if we added all the money.
Wow. Okay.
Definitely doing that, I know it's kind of, we're jumping around a little maybe, but, the paving, doing that half mile will get us through a lot of the worst spots on East West Road. I mean, it definitely is gonna be some left, but, if we only wanna do the, 77,000, or the original
So
bid.
we might get a better price if we were to combine them and have one contractor do the whole mile rather than, do the quarter mile and then come back again next year, next fiscal year, or next summer.
Right.
Also, just like with the economy and inflation, it might be I don't know, it could be it could be better to do it now.
Or it
And-
could be, right.
Yeah,
I'm
or
not-
it could be, yeah, totally. I mean, depends how serious you wanna get into the
yeah.
numbers, but there could
I mean,
be
we-
a smarter decision one way or the other.
We've definitely done this before in the past, and I was trying to think of a certain year, but, you know, where we've gone, you know, you take 2 years pavement, do it right around that June to July. Paving companies, they can hold off a month to get paid for their second half or second portion, and you tend to get a better price. But I know it's different this year with the FEMA money and all that kind of stuff, and like I say, the half mile is fine. We're saving, what is it, $3 a ton for the mix, I think, between them. Yeah, 99 to 102. So, you know, 3% or right around there.
Okay, but it doesn't raise any red flags to you if we were to do the whole mile paving?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I can't guarantee, maybe something's gonna happen tomorrow, I mean,
Right.
Right.
you know,
But
But-
just know that we're gonna be using it out of funds that are not considered general funds. If that's what worries me, is you're banking on the structures fund using that money or wherever, you know what I mean, we're not following the just the general line item budget we just did. We're going into these other avenues, you know.
Once the
Call-
FEMA came, we
Well, once
kind of
the-
abandoned that budget anyways.
Well-
Because it went to structures, 175,000.
Well,
no, it
exactly.
didn't, it went to, it's.
Well, it went to
own-
contractors.
It's, no, it's its own fund.
It's its own fund,
It's its
yes,
own fund.
exactly.
Everything's out of, your highway fund has every penny in it that it should.
Okay.
Nothing has been taken out of your highway fund.
Right, it's just that we're $218,000, even with the in-kind, out of the general mass, is
Right.
what we're saying. Okay, so we're $218,000 in debt based on the fiscal budget that we're working in right now.
Right.
So when you're talking, you're already in debt and you're trying to spend more money, and then you talk about using it out of different funds, I really start getting a little bit queasy, but that's my personal opinion. I don't know what anybody thinks.
I think another thing that could be helpful if we just have, since we have the like 4/10 of a mile bids, but I mean, it would be nice to have, if we are even considering this, it would be nice to have the full, you know, a little over a mile bid from the other
Okay.
contractors too, so that we even know what
Yeah.
number we're talking about.
Okay.
Because at some point, we will get the FEMA money, and it is now at 90% coverage from the FEMA, and the 10% that's remaining, 5% is coming from the state, so all we have to pick up is the 5.
Yeah.
The question is in that,
And you can use ARPA money for in-kind matches now.
yes, you can. We can use ARPA money, we can obligate ARPA money we couldn't before, but that has changed.
That's changed,
To use with FEMA money.
Mhm.
So we can mix that way. We can do that. So we only are obligated under the 5%. But in that email they sent out, because of the change to the 90% from the 75%, it's screwed up the system a little bit, so it's gonna take a little bit longer for them to get us the money. So we still don't know. We could hopefully get it in August. We could get it in September, it's coming, but we can't say it's gonna be here by the end of this fiscal cycle. I basically, the chance of it is almost nil.
Yeah, I didn't see that one.
And you're
Yeah.
saying it's 4 or 5 or 6 months out, possibly.
Well, yeah, because of the change from the 75 to the 90% from FEMA. They said they'd have to it'd take a little bit more processing time to change everything up. And then it goes to FEMA's money, goes to the state works it through, and then it comes down to us. So it's got a little bit of a leg to go on.
And to go along with this whole thing, we are proceeding, I believe, on Camp Hardin Road.
Right, I was just gonna say that.
And who's,
We had a pre-bid meeting today.
okay,
Bids need to be back by, I think, the 18th and June 1st awarded, or possibly awarded.
okay.
But started what, July 1st?
Yes.
That's gonna be started July 1st?
Well, it's the contractor has to,
Okay.
come up with a date.
And we've got, you were saying we have Johnson's Curve Road going out to bid too.
Yep, get price back on that.
Okay, what are we looking at Johnson's Curve now?
I guess we're going into the road.
Oh, right, we're going into the road, right, sorry.
Did you want me to?
No, we'll do whatever.
Well, while we have Charlotte here, we could.
You get the numbers, yeah,
Let's go ahead.
because it is FEMA, yeah.
Do you want to continually, about the Johnson's Curve?
Okay. Yeah, so I thought this was emailed to the select board, but I'll just show it to you then.
So this is a bid from Daniels to repair
Yeah.
the box culvert.
I asked 3 different contractors for prices. Evans, Clark, and Daniels. Daniels are the only ones who came back with a price.
Holy moly.
The 94, and you might want to correct me if I'm wrong, but the 9,400 for the cement work, FEMA does not cover that, so that is on the town.
Mhm.
You have to do that cement work before you can do the riprap, because the riprap's going to be stacked on it,
Yeah,
and the riprap would be FEMA.
Right,
okay.
So, right.
Yeah, but we'd have to pay for that now and wait
Yes.
on FEMA.
right.
How much was the
So, the road did get worse. So I do think it's something that should be done sooner rather than later.
Yeah. So, do we need a motion for me to go ahead with that? Or is he just, as the road foreman, making a decision?
There's only one, I guess the decision is going ahead or not, right?
Yeah.
Since we don't have multiple bids to have any discussion about.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it.
Well, I'm assuming this will come, some of this could come out of the structures fund on this one for the box part of it. How much do we have in the structures fund now, Charlotte?
We have 65,000.
Okay.
Well, so,
Will the cost of the engineering come out of the structures? Was there engineering done on this?
Was there
Not on Johnson's Curve.
Okay, but there was engineering done on Camp Hardin Road?
Yes.
Yes.
And will that cost come out of the structures fund?
Well, it's FEMA, so it's, one way or the other, it's, I don't know,
yeah.
wherever they got the money before,
Right.
FEMA.
I would think we take it out of the structures fund and then
Yeah.
reimburse the structures fund once we got the FEMA money.
Have we got an invoice for that?
No, I don't think you do until the end.
So was that a FEMA?
At any rate, there is enough in the structures fund to cover that,
Yeah, so,
even our portion.
all right,
Right.
a motion to go ahead with this.
Yeah, I make a motion, we go ahead with the Johnson's Curve work, including the cement abutment and the riprap work. Daniels.
I'll second that.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so, we'll get back to the Camp Arden Road project. We did emailed 3 or 5 contractors the bids. 3 of them ended up showing up to the pre-bid meeting, and that was A.S. Clark, Belco, and Daniels.
Who were the other two?
Renault and Evans.
Okay.
Renault did say that they were too busy. But, so the paving, would you like to just, because of Camp Arden, just keep it simple and just do the 4/10 of a mile? I guess.
I don't know, it
And
seems
then-
like we've got a lot of expenses going out.
That's, yeah.
Yep, that's fine.
So,
Okay.
yeah. So that's the sense of
Yeah.
the board.
That we just do the 4.4? Yeah, I think so.
I mean, it's not, Lee said that, I mean, that sounds like that addresses the worst of the road, which I think is
Right.
obviously the priority.
And so that would be Basin at $102 per ton?
Yep.
Okay.
That's a lot of money for 4/10 of a mile.
Yeah, sure is.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
Oh,
money.
it went up 30%.
It's
And
almost,
it'll probably continue to go up.
isn't that almost double one of the last one we had actually
Yeah.
per month?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
amazing,
Um,
incredible.
You know, at town meeting, maybe 10 years ago or something, Richard Epstein asked us if we were thinking, was there any consideration about turning some of the paved roads into dirt roads again? So we might want to revisit that.
Yeah, Richard.
We own half a gravel pit.
Cut the speed on a lot of them.
That's true.
So on the 15th of this month, we were able to get into the Carpenter Pit. So Putney's helping us haul sand to the shop and get our stockpile taken care of next year. And also, we've been working on the reclamation of a section of the gravel pit down there.
At Carpenter's or the?
Carpenters.
Yeah.
And then we have a bunch of trees coming in a month, and we have to plant those on the slopes. So everything else seems to be going all right.
Mark Pickle.
Question for Lee, if I may. Lee, the price of asphalt is directly related to the price of crude at the time. So it changes, as price of crude changes, the price of asphalt changes. It's kind of one of these
Mm-hmm.
trickle down things.
Yep.
So we may vote on just a number, for argument's sake, we may vote on 100,000. When it comes time to actually do the dirty deed and the price of asphalt went up, are they going to absorb it?
No, it actually goes by the liquid cost. So it does go up and down a little bit depending on what the actual.
So if the price changes, it changes for us.
I would assume it would change the distance of what they can
Right,
actually pay.
If we're going with a certain set price.
Yes.
Right.
Well, that's what a contract is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just trying to get that gray area cleared out.
Yeah, it's right. It's just not very good this year.
No.
Or there's been other years too
Hmm.
that it's all everything's up and down.
Actually,
Yeah.
Anything else on your list, Lee?
No, I did want to bring up though, when you were talking ARPA money, if that can be used for structures or not. You know, at some point, I always think that that's as good a spot as you're ever gonna find, because they're gonna need to be done. The prices are going up. That 30% on asphalt is every contractor's going up. I don't wanna say 30%, but it's, everything is going up. And grants only cover up to 200,000, and you're only eligible for grants, just say 3-4 years. So if you get one structure that's 500,000, you know, the grant covers that 200, but then the 300,000 is up to the town. And there's going to be more and more structures over 200,000 because of the price of everything. So we're going to be liable for more and more. So I think, you know, we have 65,000 in there now, or, you know, give or take. And, you know, really that should be, we should be working for it to be quite a bit of money. So.
That was something that I was actually going to bring up when we started budget, because in the next budget season, there's absolutely nothing in the capital plan, and I was going to actually suggest that we take the money that we would have put into the capital fund and put it into the structures fund.
I like that. I like that, because that's for the goals. That was
Yes.
one of my goals I wrote down.
That
Was
was on my list as well.
capital plan for paving. I also wrote that down, but putting more money in the structures fund, and then it was just a matter of even if we engineered a couple of the next structures with ARPA fund money, so they're prepared. You really need it engineered before you. Well, you need it engineered to go out to bid, and to apply for the grant. If you have it out to bid, it's a lot easier filling the grant out because you know exactly what you need.
Well, you would be part of this, because of the ARPA funds, we can do the highway maintenance or whatever, is to bring some proposals like we're talking to the Historical Society forward to us.
Right.
Okay, so you need to be thinking here in the next, because we're meeting in July, of what you would think that would be on the list for,
Right.
for use of the ARPA funds.
Yeah, the structures fund is, well, right now it's prioritized, you know, like the top 10 are there, but, you know, it's just a matter of if they switch around within them or not, but.
Okay. Anything else from me? Okay. Any other questions for Charlotte on?
I think we
Okay. All right. Shall we move on?
Okay.
Let's see. Is there anything under correspondence? Thank you, Charlotte.
Thanks a
Yeah,
lot,
thank
Charlotte.
Thank you for all your extra work on Fema.
And the ARPA.
Yeah, thank
And I
you.
really, yeah.
You know, we didn't use ARPA funds to cover,
Oh,
you know, you guys attending all these sessions.
Webinars?
Yeah.
We're enjoying them, aren't we, Charlotte?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
they're fun,
yeah.
so.
Thank you, Charlotte.
Yep. Thanks, Lee. We'll see you later, maybe?
Okay.
All right. Under correspondence for information, is there anything you'd like to discuss? Okay. Well, under new business, let's see, do we have any appointments?
No, we don't.
No.
Yes, I have a couple,
Oh, we can do it.
actually, yeah. So Reed Miller is going to remain on the Farmland Committee. But Vern Gubbinger is not. He's going to politely decline, respectfully decline his words. Yeah. Everybody else is on.
Okay.
All right, so I'll make a motion that we appoint to the Farmland Committee Noah Hoskins, Diana Lesher, Jack Mannix, Reed Miller, and Elizabeth Wood.
A second that.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, great. Let's see, next on our list is ARPA. Any updates?
Nope, just we're
Okay,
for the next line there. Is-
all right. Well, we did have a work session before our regular meeting on ARPA, and we came up with a sort of a preliminary plan. And anyone want to summarize it?
Okay, I'll take a stab at it.
Okay.
And
We'll-
anybody can
We'll
fill
chime
in
in.
what I forgot, okay?
You out, yeah.
So right now, the thought is to have the link for the ARPA, the summary of the final rule for anybody, any commissions, boards, anybody that's interested to be on our website.
Right.
And that pretty much gives like a guideline of what we can actually are allowed
Right.
to use the money for, which we really suggest people looking at before they present us with ideas.
Right, and
Right.
this seems to be the
Seems to be
best.
pretty good, the best we
Comprehensive
can do.
summary.
Yes,
Yeah.
that would be the best to give them.
Yep.
Then we're going to send out a note out to the boards, commissions, the web here, that to get some ideas, thoughts, to come to a meeting that we set in July
20th.
20th, there we go, okay.
Wednesday.
It's a Wednesday, so, and to bring their thoughts, ideas, estimates, whatever they forward, so that we can start having the dialogue. And
Yeah.
let's see, did I forget anything?
Did we mention having them send it before the meeting?
Right,
Yes.
if they could, send their thoughts and ideas to the Selectboard at selectboard@dummerston.org, so that we can get an idea, so we can start seeing things as they're coming through. That would be wonderful, and it would get everybody a couple months to talk to their committees, the people.
Right.
Yep,
And if anyone in the public or on a committee or commission has a project in mind, if they could price it out,
right,
rather than just come up with the idea,
right.
they
It would be really helpful, so that
have
then we
some
can work from.
estimates, so we know
Yes.
what we're talking about. That we weren't going to, yeah.
Yeah, let them.
The onus is on them.
The onus is on them, and if you're, those can be sent to the selectboard@dummerston.org too.
Yeah.
Yep.
In short, you're saying, if you got a project in mind, you gotta do all the homework that comes along with
Yes,
it
you do.
before you,
Bring
they
it to
come
us.
to you.
Right.
And
Just to
then,
make it clear so everybody knows.
I appreciate that, Mark,
And
yes.
the specs, the regulations for it, we'll have a link on the town website.
Right, right.
And you won't be in a position to make a decision that night,
Oh, no.
because
No.
it's gonna take a
No.
lot of conversations.
No.
I think.
Right.
I think there will be many,
Yeah,
many.
right. We have until December 30th, I believe, of 2024 to obligate.
Right.
It's as long as we've obligated at a meeting, then we've got till 2026 to actually take it out of the budget, ARPA budget.
Yeah,
Yes.
so
We have a little bit of time.
yes,
Mhm.
yeah,
I
so,
think taking from the specs on it and everything, just using the words community engagement, that we need your input.
Right,
Yeah,
yes,
thank you.
yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
okay, thanks, Terry, that was a
Oh.
comprehensive
Well,
summary.
it's,
I don't think you left any stone.
well, that's good.
Let's see, so speaking of ARPA, we have to make a decision on whether we're going to go with a standard allowance approach for ARPA funding or go with a more complex reporting system that gives us no actual benefit. So
Right, just
it's
more reporting.
Yeah,
So I'll make a motion. I move that the town of Dummerston make the one-time irrevocable decision to elect the standard allowance approach for our ARPA award in the amount of $521,351.08 to spend on the provision of government services throughout the period of performance of the grant.
I second that.
okay, any discussion? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
All right,
I'll let Charlotte know.
great. Okay, well, we have some, I hope someone brought their letter openers with them.
Here it is.
Oh,
Right, we have some generator bids. And this is to replace a generator at the town office. That's burnt out.
All right, so the first bid from Powers is generator and installation, $12,153. Gas related services, if applicable, $1,855 for a total of $14,008.
Okay,
Okay.
all right. Who's next?
This one is from Lawrence and Lober Electric.
Yep.
Total quoted is $11,955. All labor and material are factored into this quote. It says it comes with you can get a 5-year warranty added to the gen set, would be $380, and the 10-year comprehensive gen set would be $900. This does not include digging or site work, unknown code violations, and sales tax, and this bid is only good for 30 days. And it gives us what they're gonna do.
And then this from Brookfield Service. This is for a Kohler 14 kilowatt RCA machine or generator. The bid is for $9,807. There are some potential add-ons to do with maintenance, surge protection, all of those, internet monitoring system, an emergency e-stop button. Those add up to, it looks like there were a number of them, but a couple $1,000. But whether or not they are included in those bids,
Right.
or not, we'd have to look at it.
Okay.
But,
So, let's see.
I think we could table the bids and have Lee look these over
yeah.
in terms of the warranties,
Yeah, I agree.
and what they want to do, because I want to make sure that they wanted the split system to be put up onto the generator area, and whether that's covered in here. So I think it'd be a good idea to have Lee look these over and
More
get, so we
closely.
can do it for the next meeting.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay, Mark, Creighton?
2 questions. What is the existing wattage of the generator that is dead?
I don't know.
And 2, what is the wattage of the generators out of the 3 bids
Let me
compared
see.
to that?
Almost 14. I think there
I would
are,
assume that was in the bid. I would assume that was in the bid that went out, like that they
Yeah,
have to
it's
be
14.
the same.
I think it's a 15 now. I do believe it's a 15, and that's my best guess. We're right in the same ballpark with what these are to what it
You're real
is.
close to what's existing.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
exactly. Yeah,
Just making sure that bases are covered.
right.
So we'll ask Lee
To look these over
and
and
Okay.
give us a,
give us the benefits of his learned
learn
eye.
it, yes,
Yes,
yes.
great. And so we'll put it on the agenda for our next meeting. All right, let's see, we have the local emergency management plan waiting to be approved.
I'll make a motion that we approve the updated local emergency management plan.
I'll second that.
Okay, any discussion? All right, is this?
That's it.
Okay, okay. And Marty is the one to our emergency.
Right, he's the MD,
Great.
he, printed is good as a
Okay.
signature.
The next line down, one of us signs it.
You need, yeah,
Okay, all right.
yep.
Great, okay. So we've got a motion and a second.
Right.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, great. Let's see, I'll sign this while we become the liquor commissioner.
All right, I'll make a motion that we recess the meeting and convene as the liquor control board.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, here we are, so liquor controllers. There are 6 dates at the Scott Farm and Windham Wines is requesting this liquor catering license. May 28th, June 4th, July 16th and 23rd, August 6th and 27th.
I'll make a motion, we approve the liquor catering request from Windham Wines for 6 dates at Scott Farm, May 28th, June 4th, July 16th, July 23rd, August 6th, and August 27th.
Second that.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, and I'll abstain.
So I'll make a motion that we adjourn as the liquor control board and reconvene the meeting.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Is there any other new business? Well,
I'll make a motion we adjourn.
I'll second that.
great.